Well, hello everybody! Welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. May 25th, 2020, Memorial Day. And a solemn Memorial Day to all of you out there. At least those of you who do celebrate Memorial Day here in the States. I know people from other countries have their own holidays for that, but this is ours. This is the official start, or the unofficial start of summer to most people. I hope you can hear me with the wind blowing. I just stepped outside a little while ago and unloaded the van. I went to town today and I picked up my flooring and my moldings and things like that. So here's my flooring, and yeah, made in the USA, good stuff. And Traffic Master, it's a 15-year warranty on this stuff. I figure if I'm still here in 15 years, I probably won't be able to see the floor to see if it's worn out or not anyway. All right, so they had this great deal on door casings. They're already cut. They've got the miters cut on them and all of that, and they're actually a plywood and pre-painted, so pretty cool. So I'll be putting that on after I install the flooring. And then this will be the baseboard. These are 16 footers, and I got them curled all the way up inside here. And my estimate said I needed 3 of those, so I got 3 of them. So we're ready to go. I also, for the neighbor that I was working for when I lost my phone, I got his faucet here for his laundry sink, and I've got his angle stops and stuff like that. So after the holiday, I'll get back up there and take care of that. And these little touch-up rollers I got for myself because I've got some cut-in to do around the windows and things like that. And these are real handy for that. A lot faster than a brush, and they look better when you're done. These come with their own little plastic roller tray and all of that stuff. Yeah, a couple of bucks and saves a lot of time. And then when you're done, the whole thing just goes into the trash. All right, so I got my flag back up at full staff at noontime, and what I've been doing here is getting started and laying out the flooring so I can see where I've got to work. So at first I lay them along the length of the room to make sure that it's not going to come out with a little piece about that long left over. So this is what it come out to, and it looks like I'm going to be about 2/3 of a piece on there. So that works. I could use the piece that I cut off of there will be the start of the next row. And then it should come out even on the next row. So that's how you do this stuff. And then of course I lay them across this way and start against the straightest wall and then see where I'm going to come out. So it looks like I'm going to come out at about half a plank on that end, which is good because I have to cut it into fit on that last section. And these planks have a separation here. This is the actual plank width from here to here, and this is the middle of the plank. So when I cut it, it'll match in like just an extra board at the end there. Should come out pretty nice. I'm going to start setting this in a little while, and wanted to show you before I got started some of the tools that you use for this. Okay, this little specialty tool here, this is so that when you're on the last piece against the wall there and you got to get it into place, these things all interlock together. And normally to get them to interlock, you have to lift up on one end and snap it in and then press down on it. But when you're up against the wall, you may not be able to do that without hitting the wall. So you actually set this thing on there like that. Then you take a hammer and hit it, and it'll interlock the piece. And you can also use it on the ends when you've got to get that last piece into place. Now this specialty tool down here goes across the whole floor. It does basically the same thing. See, it's got a little lip on the end there, which hooks over one end, and then this one hooks over the other side, and then it's got a ratchet here that you can ratchet the two together and tighten the floor and then snap it together. Next specialty tool is this unit. Now these are expensive. Now, if you're just going to do your one floor for yourself, you might want to rent one of these rather than buy it. But since I was a contractor, I had bought this years ago because I did this type of flooring on some of the jobs I did, and I needed to have my cutter. And this is a spring-loaded cutter. It's kind of like a guillotine chop-off. If you can see that, let me get down here. Okay, so you slide the plank into that, press down on the handle, and click, cuts it off perfectly square. Or you can, if you've got angles to do, if you're doing an angle type floor, you can set the stop there on an angle, whatever angle you're using, and cut each piece off on an angle. That's a handy little tool. Then on the last piece would be a table saw. So when I get to the end here and I've got to rip the planks the long way, I'll take a measurement, go out to the table saw out in my shop, and run it through the table saw and cut it off to the right size. And then I got a little place where the old door, that was an exterior door, because this used to be the exterior of the cabin. And when I get to that little point right there, I'm going to have to do a little step-in notch. So the way it's going to work out is the piece, well, the last row, I'll start from that end. And as I come up here, this piece will be a partial piece going in there. So before I rip it all the way in half, I'll rip a Z cut out of it so it fits right in there perfect. And then I'll do the same thing on the last piece there to go right up against the cabinet. And then my baseboards will go on all the way around the outside, covering that. And then I'll have a little piece of trim that's going to go under all the way around the cabinet where it meets the cabinet. So it's all dressed in nice and neatly. All right. Well, that's about all I have for this segment. I just wanted to show you this before I got started. Yeah, the reason I went with this color is called Gray Oak, and it was on sale. And then throw my extra military discount on top of that. That's an extra 10% off. Well, just couldn't beat that price. And the Gray Oak, I think, is going to look pretty nice in here up against the white walls and the white cabinets and things like that. And it isn't going to show up the dirt and dust as readily as any other color that might. A really dark color will show up all the dust really bad. And then the lighter colors, of course, they're just going to look like they're dirty all the time. So this color worked out pretty good. So that's where I'm at. And I will show you when I get done later today or tomorrow. I will post a full video on how the floor came out with all the moldings in place and the door casing in place and that stuff. All right, so I'm going to be working this half a room and move the furniture back on that half and then finish the other half of the room. G-Bear reminded you, give me a thumbs up down there, please. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't. It doesn't cost you anything. It's free as can be. Just click the subscribe button right below the video, and then a little bell icon will come up and say notifications. Click on the bell icon so you don't miss any episodes. G-Bear signing off.